We also don't have enough cages, sadly. But I'll worry about that later. In the meantime, I'm going to move the screen around frantically for no reason whatsoever. Probably because I'm impatient. Which is odd, because I'm playing a game that requires patience. Guard, veterans, carpenters. How about I set up another workshop for the carpenters? Carpenter's place. And you could work right here, closer to the stuff. And I'll set up another workshop for another carpenter. And you can also be closer to the wooden stuff. Oh, actually, technically it would be smarter to go up, but up to the left, but I'm not going to be intelligent. Why would I want to do that? No, I'm just going to be building right over here, so that they have to walk even further to bring the cages over here, because that's always a wise thing to do. And we're going to... Whoops, you're not done yet. Now you are, okay. We're going to build some more J's, and we're going to build some more J's. In the meantime, there's nothing in the kitchen to worry about. So, the chef isn't doing anything, is he? Let's look at the kitchen. You can cook, yeah, you can cook that. I hate, tallow because it always is so annoying. But, let's see, let's try to cook something with that. Cook something we have lots of. Lots and lots and lots of. For a second there, I thought it was saying we could brew tuber beer. But, yeah, that wouldn't make sense to brew something that's already alcoholic into something that's alcoholic. Now would it? Up, you are waiting for a mechanic to make you. But this one isn't, is it? No, they're both waiting. Okay. Pretty soon, we will have mechanics galore. And houses galore. Actually, 16 houses. That's not quite houses galore. And the chef can't make anything delicious. Nor can he make anything nutritious, but that's a whole different issue. Let's see. Yeah, I want to have that guy practice some kitcheniness, but we don't have anything for him to practice on, sadly, now do we? We have prickleberries, but we want those brewed. Here, Mr. Brewer, Mr. Brewer, Mr. Bartender, you are no longer a... Oh, were you... I already turned off your plant gathering. And what have you been doing this whole time, lazy person? Lazy person? Oh well, and back to you, Mr. I'm actually competent at getting plants out of the ground. The chef, you are going to be doing that again, I guess. Whoops, now you're not a brewer. You're not a brewer. You will never be a brewer. You will always be a lowly cook, a lowly chef, a lowly culinary exercise for the entire fortress. And, can we construct mechanisms here? Yes! Hooray! Let's make tons more mechanisms, because we're going to need 342 of them. Or 800. I don't know. But, soon enough, this should be good, and we should start working on the bridge! We're going to have a bridge here that we can open and close, right over here, so that we can decide whether or not we want to have, goblins coming in when all of our cages are full and we need to empty them out again. Why use cages instead of evil hurt the other guy's traps? Because if there's a mega beast, we want to capture it. Once I looked at the legends thing, I had to make a copy of this file, Abandon the Fortress, and that alternate dimension I was able to look at the legends. And according to the legends, we have no male wolves. We have no male dragons alive. Meaning we can never have a fortress of dragons unless the game recreates more mega beasts, which I don't think it does. So I think that we are a little bit crushed in that department, but it doesn't matter because apparently dungeon masters are totally messed up and we can never get one anyways. So who cares, right? And if I did care enough, then I would try to figure out how to memory hack and give us one more male dragon so that I could produce millions of dragons. There are plenty of female dragons, though, so we can collect those for no particular reason. And I think that there are some other things that we might be able to get. And bronze colossuses and stuff we can't possibly breed or just for show. Let's get them instead of killing them. And tons of capybaras, and what else is here? Capybaras and giant... Not just capybara peoples, or no peoples. Capybaras is without the peoples part, are just all over the place. And we have two idlers. Our chef is idle. I just told you that you're supposed to be plant gathering, but I guess that there are no plants to gather. to gathering. There are no plants to gathering. So let's instead designate some more. And this way, because they're very close to the little lakes, they're going to fall into the lake and die. Yep, spring has arrived. They're going to fall when it gets back to normal, and they're going to die. Oh well, good knowing you, Chef. I'll just replace you, and it'll just take forever to get someone as good as you that'll be able to replace you. In the meantime, let's look at this little cabby puppy. Little cabby puppy. Here's the veteran. No, that's not the veteran. Where's Mr. Veteran? I want to see the veteran. Oh, I don't really care that much. We're not going to see the veteran. Instead, I'm going to try to see. Yep, we can make some mechanicisms right over there. And look at all this stuff. We already have all this stuff set up. What is everyone doing? They are felling trees, gathering plants, or constructing mechanisms. Okay, I'm actually going to say to this guard, you can actually start hauling things. And we don't actually need stone. We don't need it. Hold on a second. First, let me get rid of our current garbage. Where is it? Where is our current garbage? It's right over here. Let's get rid of it. And let's set up a new garbage. And it's going to be right on top of the mechanist's place. Or something like that. I don't know. Good enough. And we don't need any of the stone, so we're going to get rid of the stone that's further away from the entrance, because we don't need it. Jeez. Whoa, whoops. Oh, that was a bad thing. Oops, I'll be back once I repair the damages of doing that. Here's CommentLurker, hoping you guys got a real kick out of that. I certainly didn't. It was very annoying to do that, and I probably completely messed it up. But, oh well. Just tell me, guys, do you see any mistakes? Correct answer is, yes, right over here. Here's a mistake. Now, everything should be perfect, I hope. Probably not. Probably I messed up, and I'm going to be crying later. But, oh well, 'tis the game of Dwarf Fortress. A game of tears, and greed, and gluttony, and all those other things that come at the beginning of the game. For now, we get to sit, and is that a seed? Those are seeds. Someone was eating a prickleberry. Delicious prickleberry. Let's look at this guy. Bloated tubbers. You don't get to cook those. Jeez. So, our brewers should be full-time brewing, yes. Why are you green? Because you're the trapper, you're not the brewer. Okay, I thought the brewer was green all of a sudden, as if there were two brewers, but that guy's just drinking. He's just drinking. It's okay. Warning, drinking alcohol may improve hazardous tasks. Something. Whatever! Yay! He's putting more cages there. This is incredibly boring. Hooray! But I'm not going to cut any of this out. No. I will not cut a single thing out. Not even... Okay, that I had to cut out. But besides that, I'm not going to cut anything out. Let's see, this guy's still coming up here. They're still making mechanisms. Slowly. Let's see how many, I don't actually plan to make a trap right now. We can make 8 of them. We need another 300! Fools! You are not working good enough, well enough, or even fine enough. Oh well, it is only the beginning of spring, so... I just have to keep these guys away from these rivers. These rivers. It's not a river. I don't have any rivers here. I have a brook. I don't have a river. Stupid little lake things. I hate them so much. Like, I wish I could just cover them with wood so I wouldn't have to worry about them ever again. Ever. And have one of them have a well over it or something so that I can get water out of it without having my guys drown. Or put something over it so that it won't freeze. Or so that part of it won't freeze, the other part will freeze, but the part that does freeze is going to be covered in such a way that people cannot step on it, probably with walls or something, so that when winter comes, the water that is blocked off will freeze, and then will defreeze later on, so that the water will, whatever water level there is, will turn into a 7, and it'll automatically refill the water, giving us an infinite supply of water. But that's a whole different situation that I didn't explain properly. Yes, if water freezes, It doesn't matter what level it is. It could be level 1 water. Water has 7 different levels. And if it's really shallow, level 1 water, and it freezes, then it unfreezes. It's going to be really deep, level 7 water, giving you an infinite supply of water in all temperate regions where there is at least 1 water. Hooray! But we have a brook for that, so who cares about that? We don't need to worry about that. Jeez. These guys are working on their little mechanism things. And these guys are working on being idle. What are you guys doing being idle? You're not supposed to be idle. Jeez. Idle. It's a joke. We don't have idlers here. All we have are thrones. And carpenters. Let's get that carpenter up and working. Because we have an idle person. And that chef has no job? What happened to DP? Oh man, look at all those things that are hopefully not going to wither away before anyone gets a chance to work with them. Hey, it's ratweed. We have yet to get any of that. It's pretty nice. We don't want to be cooking that, do we? I don't really care all that much. Let's just wait for these guys to do their various things. The cook has no job, so I'll give the cook a job to eat. That's odd. I didn't realize he was going to eat. This guy, you are going to be a hauler. Oh, I never did that one thing I was going to do when I messed up. I was going to DB. D, not DD. DBD. Jeez. And, I don't know what's with me and G's all of a sudden. We're going to do that. And we have that already set up. And that's going to be our garbage. And now they're going to throw all this useless stone into one quantum stockpile that we'll never be using ever again by the mechanists. We won't ever be using this as a shortcut to make it so that the mechanists can make things faster. Not ever. In the meantime, I'm going to cry about something that got messed up here. Let's see. Did anything get messed up? I think this is perfect, but I'm generally wrong when it comes to things that I think. So, we'll have to see about that in the near future. Looking around at the top area, see some of the more obvious mistakes. And I do not see any of the more obvious mistakes. So, it must be perfect! Hooray! There is a capybara! Capybara! Oh, so annoying these capybaras are. More wood. This place has wood. And these woodcutters are almost done deforesting the entire area. Except that some more trees are slowly growing, so we'll probably have to keep the woodcutters doing something different until a true forest re-emerges. One thing about plant life is, if people step all over it, does not grow in this game. So you do not want to have people running around on the overworld, unless they are cutting down trees or collecting plants. Which is exactly why I'm having people run around the overworld, doing things that are not related to plants at all. Like building this. I am planning on building this little underground passageway, these little corridors and such. Otherwise, corridors are pretty useless, because you could just have rooms that are completely not connected to each other, that just go upstairs to the other place connected, and people would just have to walk over to get to the people's houses, which they're never going to... I have trouble talking fast all of a sudden, which I'm never going to be able to go into anyways, because I'm never going to have anyone... I'm trying to talk fast so that I can annoy you guys, but I'm failing. People aren't going to be friends, so it doesn't matter. Nobody's ever going to go to someone else's house. In fact, they're probably going to stay within their local area where they can do their workshop work and sleep.